You already know what this is. You know why I'm here. You know why you're here. It's the same opinion that pretty much everyone on the planet has, that there's 100 videos about. But you know what? I want to rant. I want to vent. It's my turn now. I'm here. I have the camera. I have the power, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna rant. So, what are we gonna talk about it today? As if that's a question. Fallout 76. Now, that's a game that came out, pretty recently. It's a new Fallout game. Is it good? Is it? You tell me. Is it? Is it good? It's not. Not, is it? And when I say it is, you hope that it's great. But it isn't. Here's the deal. I try my best not to be hateful and spiteful when it comes to this kind of stuff. There's a ton of people that'll do that for me anyway. I don't need to do that. That doesn't need to be my deal. So rarely I do end up being like this, where I tend to be like kind of angry about like to a point of like hate when it comes to this kind of stuff. Fallout 76 got me there. Now, it's a pretty informed opinion at this point because, I've been playing this game for a few days. Besides that little playthrough that me and Nick have been doing that you guys have seen with the greatest character of all time, plug somewhere in this video, there, somewhere, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, but besides that playthrough, I've been trying to play this seriously to see, what's up, what's going on, and if I'm going to like it or not. And I have issues, so let's get started, shall we? I'm going to go with whatever starts in the top of my head. So, let's go with... where is everybody? There's no NPCs. There's nobody. The NPCs are non-player characters. So they're player characters all throughout the Who Scout. Like after a little bit, I bump into somebody else who we kind of stare idly at each other, and then we kind of just move on to our day because I don't have any friends to play this with besides like Nick, but he doesn't have the game. We just play it the way we do, and that's it. That's all we got. I never actually realized how much I took advantage of the whole fact that a wasteland in Fallout does not mean it's absolutely barren of life and society. I remember playing Fallout 3 and then getting out the vault. I completely expected for there to be nobody. I thought it was just going to be dead, barren, full of people and mutants that wanted to kill me. And part of that's correct, but the other part is 5 minutes later you go to Megaton and it's a society, it's a town full of people and life and whatnot. So like... And that was awesome. And then, there's New Vegas, same deal, Fallout 4, even more people. In this one, there's nobody. There's not a soul. There's robots, that's it, and then the other Vault Dwellers that are, obviously the other players, but that is about it. And I guess you could say, because technically this Fallout 76 takes place well before all the other Fallout games. So, with that narratively, you might think, okay, maybe it's the Vault Dwellers that create society a few hundred years later. No, and the reason I say that is because all the audio logs that you find, and that's going to be a topic we'll talk about later on, all the people that have the audio logs sound like people that either recently died or are still around, And then, there just seems to be proof everywhere of people exist. So, where are they? Where are they? I'm kind of wrong. There was technically one NPC that I bumped into, and it was a super mutant. I forgot his name, and he just, he was just a merchant. He was there to trade as he was walking around, and basically the only thing he said to me was, "Hey, trade, jackass." And I'm honestly half convinced that I actually hallucinated it, that I was just going insane because there was nobody around, and I couldn't actually fathom that. But whatever. Let's just move on to the next topic, shall we? Okay. So, you know what? Let's talk about the story. That's not much of a story, actually. There's almost a little story or quest going on. I think the only actual story is the Overseers thing. There's like a story, like a quest you go right out the gate that's like basically finding audio logs of the Overseer and then apparently her awesome adventure throughout the wasteland. And you're basically picking up the breadcrumbs. I don't know how that ends up going. Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe I won't. I might not finish this game. But I digress. That's it. And the whole deal is quests, especially with no NPCs, don't really work out too well. First off, if I just fart somewhere that's new, I just suddenly have a quest for some reason. I don't really know why. And 85% of the time, the quest consists of going to a computer, clicking buttons, and then because you know how in other Fallout games you go to monitors and then you kind of try and read the files and whatnot because it has some interesting lore. I don't know if it's just me or anyone else has this issue. Considering all the quests consist of just going to computers, I just don't even look at the files anymore. I just go and I keep clicking a button until the one that is the thing that helps me complete the quest hits, and then I leave. And then I leave the building. Which also, I leave a building that could have a bunch of stuff, but I don't care anymore. I don't care to actually go and explore it. I just leave. And that's not how Fallout games go. You want to explore everything and anything. But A, what you can carry is very limited for some reason, and B, you don't really get that much interesting shit. You don't. It's just whatever. It doesn't feel like there's much of a point for me to do actually go in and travel somewhere, which is, I don't even understand how that goes. Quests and stories, I don't know. Quests are really boring. The story is almost non-existent. Where's the game? Where's the game? I don't know where the game is. And then, you know what? Let's get into something else. As far as quality wise, so the graphics, right? I'll give my like credits to the developers that created the world, because this is probably the most interesting West Virginia I've seen. Although at the same time, for a Virginia wasteland, I don't know if this is actually a wasteland or just what West Virginia actually looks like, because this is the first time I've seen a wasteland with lush forest life, which is kind of nice, you know. I guess, you know, why would you bomb West Virginia? What's actually there? But it's beautiful to look at and would be nice to explore if there was a reason to. But on that token, as far as graphics and whatnot, why does it look not great? It looks just like Fallout 4, but for some reason actually maybe a little bit downgraded. When Fallout 4 came out again? Fallout 4 came out in 2015. It came out in 2015. So basically, this game, which just came out, has the same amount of graphics, if not worse, as a game that came out about 3 years ago. I don't understand. Like, you're telling me they never updated the engine at all whatsoever in the last 3 years? I don't get that. And, you know, that's, again, another common complaint, that it does not look good. It looks outdated. That's not what should be. I just don't understand that. That's just a bummer, but at the same time, graphics don't really mean anything. It's just kind of a minor annoyance. But we can go into the whole graphical fidelity of this game, because let me tell you, the glitches are pretty much completely entertaining, if not just more disappointing, more showing of how disappointing this game is. It's just insane, you know. I've dealt with characters that just go into T-poses before I kill them, or I've dealt with them disappearing in front of me. Obviously frame drops, all that kind of stuff, which is crazy because this game has had so far 2 whopping updates. There is the first update, which is about 55 gigs for me, bigger than the actual game file. I don't know what it did. It was apparently the day 1 patch, and it was gigantic, and the game was glitchy as hell. And then there was a few days later, which had another 47 gig update. And my stupid ass was thinking, oh, maybe they're putting in NPCs. Maybe they're just putting more of a story in the game. Why would you justify 47 fucking gigs for an update when all it is minor bug fixes? Like, I'm not going to pretend a game that's kind of... It's not even a massive multiplayer, but it's a multiplayer RPG. Probably won't have incredibly small update gigs, but 47 gigs, there's something wrong. You must be yanking my chain here. You gotta be fucking with me. The game doesn't look recent. It looks like an old engine. There's not too much going on with it. So what's to justify a 47 gig update? Is there an answer? You got an answer? I don't got one. Alright. Moving on then. Oh yeah, there's also the cardinal sin of the game having in-game purchases. You can buy this with real money. You know, aesthetics, little patches, as if this is an MMORPG. Like, what? Still $60. And there's in-game purchases. And the game is practically non-existent. Cool. Okay, here's another thing that I don't get. That it just kind of bothers me, like, story-wise. So these guys right out the gate just come out, and then they just collect caps. You level up, you collect caps, you get caps, and then just go to a trading post, and they just already know that everything just costs caps. Like, how do they know that? They just fart out of the vault and they just know? What? I get there's nobody to tell them, but like, why does nobody tell them? Like, hey, things cost caps. The caps are money now. Pre-war money that you find all over the place is not the money anymore. It's caps. Why doesn't anyone tell them? How do they just know? Where does the money come from? Then again, anything costs for some reason. You want to fast travel? Fuck you. It costs caps. You want to, like, go to a base? Oh, the bases. Remember the building mode in Fallout 4? So you could build like settlements and bases and whatnot, and people would just grow, and you can keep growing, make it better. Having an actual mechanic for the whole building system. So in Fallout, what you get is you can find kind of a camp, rare camps that show up around randomly, and you can build on them. Then to build on them costs 25 whole caps. I don't know who you give this money to. Do you burn it, or does like a realtor show up to give the 25 caps to? It's a fucking bullshit. But all right, nice. No. It's cool. It's fine. Do you think you keep it after you log out? I think maybe you probably cover like 2 hours of building some sort of awesome fort. Do you think you keep that when you log out, when you quit? If in a game, but that you can't pause, by the way. So like if you need to go to the bathroom or eat or do something, anything, you are either going to die because enemies kind of just show up, or you got to quit. And when you come back, it's gone. Your base is gone. Everything you built, everything you might have wasted your time on, done. Why do you even have this mechanic in the game if there's no point? Why are you going to build a base if it just leaves when you quit? Like, do you think we spent hours on this game? I don't. Maybe people do. I don't. I spend maybe a half hour or an hour. I pause or quit, rather, and then go on with my life. Who actually has the time to stay in a base, make it awesome, and then when they leave and then come back, they see the base is gone, and they're like, oh, it's fine. It's good. It's whatever. Bethesda, why? I think what disappoints me the most about this is that there are building blocks of greatness. There's something there that could make a very good game, but there's almost nothing there. You basically get a box of these building blocks, you open it up, less than half of them are there, and you get a note that says, maybe later. That's just it, man. It just feels non-existent or incomplete. And that is a huge bummer. This is Fallout. This is a game series that's been around for years, and it got even bigger when Fallout 3 showed up. Why would you do this? Again, this is something that could have been great. And you know what I hope? I do hope that it does the No Man's Sky thing, and then it updates little by little to actually make a decent game. But until then, it's got to somehow survive up to that point for those updates to show up. Otherwise, I just don't feel like playing it anymore. You know what I feel like playing? I just feel like finishing Fallout 4. I got to like level 50 and whatever, and I just never finished it because I just stopped finishing it. It's not that it was a bad game. I enjoyed it. I don't think a lot of people did, but I did. And so I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go back to that. So my review of Fallout 76 is: wait, don't play it. Play Fallout 4 instead. You know, and see if maybe Fallout 76 becomes a full game. And even then, I wouldn't recommend playing full price. It's just nah. So that's pretty much about it. I might try and make a few more Let's Play vids of Orgasmo in 76. Otherwise, after that, I think I might end up retiring the game. It's sad, but, well, what are you going to do? It's not a great game. It's not even a good game. It's a meh game. That's pretty much about it. I think I've ranted enough. I think I'm losing my voice, so I'm just going to stop now. And I'm just going to stop now. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of Fallout 76? Do you play it? Do you even play it yourself? Do you enjoy it? Are you having fun? Or are you not? Let me know. I'm kind of curious. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. And I'm just going to go and play Fallout 4 instead. Yeah, that's it. Take care, everybody.